Good morning, guys. If you are new to my channel and this is your first time seeing my face, welcome. My name is ChimereNicole, and today I wanted to make an impromptu video. I'm currently driving in sunny New Jersey. Joke. And I really thought about something that I have been talking to friends and just acquaintances about, and I think it's pertinent to you as well, especially if you click on this video. Many of you want to be YouTubers, you want to be content creators, and there are a variety of things and reasons why you have not started yet. And I feel as though because we are starting the new year, actually next week at the time of this recording, this is the perfect time for me to get on camera and give you my personal words of wisdom and inspiration and just my 2 cents. I have been a content creator now for almost 14 years. I've been on this platform, and although I've never taken YouTube in context of it being a job for me, I've always done YouTube for fun because it's something that I like to do. But I think that many of us are in the season where we want to be content creators full time, and we really want to make this a job and a profession. And so I just want to share a few things that I think would be helpful for you on your content creation journey. So the first thing is, I know many of us, we always say we don't want to be content creators because we're afraid that we're going to be judged, or we don't want our friends and family to see our content and all of those things. And while I understand that is a really serious concern for many of you, I want you to think of this in a different context, right? A different perspective. No matter what you do, you are being judged. When you walk out your house, you're being judged. When you go to work, you are being judged. When you are at Home Goods and shopping for candles, you are being judged. So you can be the most perfect person, you don't make any mistakes, you're helpful and all of those things. Someone is still judging you, and someone is always thinking negatively of you. That is just how the world works. There's nothing that you can do about it. But what I want to say is, wouldn't you rather be authentic and be authentically you while doing what you love and potentially putting yourself in a position to change the trajectory of your life? I think it is the latter. And so the thing that I love the most about YouTube and content creation is that when you do it correctly, when you do it authentically, there's no way that you can fail, because no one knows you better than you, and no one can show up on camera like you but you. There's only one ChimereNicole. Legally, someone may have that name, but there's only one me, right? And so no one can be me like me. And that is what my contribution is to the world. And there's so many things that you offer as a new YouTuber that no one else can offer. Someone is waiting for you to be blessed. Someone is waiting for you and your gift. Something that you possess can change someone else's life. And I think when I thought about my content creation journey in them terms, it really just motivated me to just turn the camera on, just like I'm doing today, because I know that someone is going to need this message. A second thing I want to talk about when it relates to, being a little bit more cautious in starting your content creation journey is, of course, fear. Fear is very real. It's very real. The fear of failure is real. The fear, of course, of being judged, like I said, is very real. But also, for me, the fear of regret is so real to me that it pushes me to turn the camera on. It pushes me to turn the camera on. And what I mean by that is this. I am a person where if I think of something and I don't at least try, I'm always going to have the what if in the back of my head. And that what if is going to snowball. And that snowball is going to become an avalanche. And that is just something that I can't have in my spirit. I can't have that on my heart. And so I would rather try, fail, try again, try and realize I don't like it, versus not trying because I'm afraid to do it. And I hope that if that is you, you understand this part of the message, right? You understand this part of the video, because the fear of regret is so real, and there are hundreds, maybe even thousands of people who may be in nursing homes or their sick beds who wish they would have done that thing. And I'm hoping that if content creation in YouTube for you is that thing, that you don't allow the fear of starting, the fear of embarrassment, and the fear of being judged stop you from starting this journey. One thing that I want to implement in my personal YouTube journey is that I want to be a little more consistent. Now, consistency is one of those things you always hear, that when you hear somebody talk about YouTube, you got to be consistent, you got to be consistent, you got a niche, you got a niche. And yes, that is very true. The word consistent for you is going to mean something totally different than consistency for me. And like I said, I've been on YouTube, the platform itself, for 14 years. Over 14 years, I think, at this point. And one thing that I've learned is that when I am consistent, I see results. And I'm going to caution this part of the video. People are driving crazy, I'm sorry. I'm going to caution this part of the video for my YouTubers who are like maybe bloggers, or depending on certain niches that you can post a little bit more often, and you're not actually teaching a skill set like cooking or fitness, something like that. When you show up consistently, you are building your fan base, you are building your community, your personal community. Oh, the sun. So when you go a week, when you go 2 weeks, when you go a month without recording a video, it's kind of like you not showing up for work. You can't go a month without showing up for work. You're going to have to find another job. And kind of the same thing works with YouTube. When you go ghost for 2, 3, 4 weeks, you now have to find your community, because now your community has dispersed because they thought you weren't going to show up, and they essentially let you go. YouTube works the same way. So when I talk about consistency, the one thing I want you to think about is whatever is considered consistent for you, make sure that you maintain that. But also think about, if you want to take this serious, what consistency means. And so even myself, I'm challenging myself to make videos for the next 20 days or 21 days. I'm challenging myself to make videos for the next 21 days, and I want to record one video each day. It doesn't have to be a complete sit-down video with lights and cameras and things like that, but it just needs to be an opportunity for me to show up differently for my audience, and to show up consistently for my audience. Now, I know the lighting has changed. I'm underneath the tunnel, y'all. So bear with me. But so what I'm challenging myself to do for the next 21 days is that I'm challenging myself to show up consistently. Now, for me, I typically post on my YouTube. I have multiple channels, but I typically post on YouTube once a week. That's minimum. But what I want to do is I want to challenge myself and challenge my consistency, and I want to post every day for the next 21 days. And what that's going to do for me is it's going to push me creatively, but it's also going to allow me to show up differently than I've ever shown up on this platform. As I said, I've always done YouTube for fun, and so I post when I feel like it. When something inspires me, that's what I would post. But because I want to take YouTube a little more serious in the coming year, I'm challenging myself. Now, I'm not saying that this is something that you want to do as a new YouTuber, or even as a seasoned YouTuber. That may not be what's right for you, but I want to show up a little more consistent. And I also, again, want to challenge myself, so that's what I'm going to be doing. But I think if you are starting this YouTube journey, figure out what you can dedicate your time and energy to, and maintain that. You don't want to say, oh, I'm going to be consistent, I'm going to post 2 videos a week, and then you do that for a month, and then you go ghost for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, whatever it is that you commit to, you gotta stick to it. So if that means you have to post a 10-minute video once a week, that is what you do. Your videos don't have to be long. They don't have to be, full of this fancy editing. I actually realized that the videos that I spend the less time on in terms of creating a script and an outline and all of that, those are the videos that perform the best for me. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be true for you, but what I'm saying is when I have shown up as my true authentic self, those are the videos that skyrocketed for me. So maybe that is also a tip for you moving forward in your YouTube journey. And because I'm already talking about it, this is the one thing I've learned throughout my career. No matter how many times this platform has changed, no matter how different my algorithm has shown up, the biggest piece of advice I will give any YouTuber starting this journey, the biggest piece of advice is always show up as authentic as you can. And I know I talked about that a little bit earlier, but I can't emphasize this. I cannot emphasize this anymore. Like, that is going to be the key to your YouTube success. I'm telling you, because the one thing that any audience on any platform is going to be able to sniff out is if someone comes on a platform trying to behave and have a character that is not their own. You can sniff it out like tuna fish in a sandwich, okay? Like, it's so pertinent and it shows on the screen so clearly in 4K that you're never going to be able to build the audience in the community that you want, because they're going to see through you. So show up as imperfect as you can, but remember to always show up. And I cannot believe that I'm actually here as early as I am. I'm so proud of myself. But as I mentioned earlier in this video, I'm going to be doing a 21-day challenge where I'm going to be showing up consistently and authentically as myself, and I'm going to be posting here every day for 21 days. So if you want to kind of try that out with me, I'm going to give you a few tips on things that I am doing as I start this 21-day challenge. So because I want this to be as authentic to me and my personality and my channel as possible, and I don't want this to be a huge overtaking where these videos have a lot of editing and a lot of, you know, fancy fonts and all of that stuff, what I did was I just took out my iPhone and I went to my notes app and I just wrote down a bunch of things that I either want to talk about, videos that I want to create that might be fun and exciting, things that I want to share here on the channel. And I just wrote down a whole bunch of things that made me happy. I mean, basic things, but just a whole bunch of things that I thought I would want this to be on my channel. And I just wrote it down. And I said, I don't want the videos to be too long. I want them to be maybe 10-15 minutes at best. And those are going to be the topics and things that I'm going to be creating for my channel. And as I go through this process, the one thing I'm going to be thinking about is what the title of the videos are going to be, what I'm going to be talking about or doing in the video. And I actually write these things down, and then how I want to end the video and what I want the call of action to be for that video. Just like this video, the call to action is I want you to also be inspired to start your YouTube journey, and maybe that would be with the 21 days of content creation like I'm doing. That's my call of action. But my next video, the call of action might just be for you to join me here on my channel as a subscriber. And then maybe the call of action of my next video might be to follow me on another platform, or you know, look at this recipe that I'm trying and try the recipe with me, right? The call of action to every video might be something different, but I want there to be a purpose to every video that I create here on my channel. Not only for it to make me happy, but also for the video to be able to help someone else. So that is my plan for the next 21 days. And if that sounds like that is of interest to you, I implore you to subscribe to my channel and follow me on my 21-day journey. And you can also get some tips and some tricks as I do this challenge here for myself, and that you can also join in on the challenge with me. But I want to wrap this video up, and I wanted to make it really short. I just wanted to really talk to the people who are thinking about YouTube and their YouTube journey and really starting and being serious with YouTube. You can do it. There is nothing about anybody who's on this platform that is different. We have all gone through our share of trials and tribulations as relates to becoming a content creator and learning our niche and understanding YouTube when it comes down to recording and editing, all of those little things. We've all gone through this process. And the only thing that will separate you from a successful YouTuber versus a YouTuber who has tried and failed is that you have to continue to keep going. That is going to be how you learn. That is also how you're going to become consistent. That's also how you're going to be able to build your audience. You have to push through when it gets hard, when it gets difficult, when nobody's watching your videos, when you feel like you're doing it in vain, when you're up at night trying to get your content together. That is where you're going to become the best version of yourself, because you have committed to yourself in the journey and everything that you said that you were going to do going into the new year. So I hope that in some way that this short video has allowed you to think about what it is that you want to do into the new year and how you want to show up as a new YouTuber. And I'm hoping that this video in some way was able to help you, or at least give you a little bit of motivation to get started on your YouTube journey. So if it did help you, please don't forget to thumbs up to this video. It does help me and my channel as I continue on with my content creation here on YouTube. And also don't forget to subscribe, because as I said, I'm going to be challenging myself to record a video for the next 21 days. I don't know what the topics are going to be. They may vary, but again, this is my way of showing up authentic to myself and being consistent here on this channel. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.